Hey guys and girls, how you all doing today? Your boy Too Lazy for Life is back with another episode of ReZero. I apologize in advance, guys, if my brain will stroke out, okay, watching this episode and maybe even the next episode, because we've got a couple of these to get through. All right, in this recording session, in this current particular recording session right now that I'm doing, I just have finished watching episode 15 of Code Geass, and there was a straight up, fully uncensored, fully bare butt naked, exposed for the world to see titty scene. All right, my brain right now is heavily impaired, heavily fried. All right, so if I start stroking out, brain.exe stops working. You guys now know why. Okay, because them titties are still surging through my brain. Neuron activation is at 110% capacity. Okay, my brain is now utilizing 100% of its real estate, of its free space. Okay, so I'm under maximum load right now. So please bear with me. I'm gonna try and keep my composure, keep my thoughts together as best as I can throughout this reaction. Okay, so we're on episode 11 now. Alright, I just got done replaying that titty scene from Code Geass episode 15 for like the last 15 minutes. Alright, I ain't doing too well right now, guys. Hey, Mr. Stark. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Alright, what happened? Subaru, oh right, he was trying to rescue Rem, right? And he threw Ram at Rem, and then he decides to jump on Rem and hit her horn with his sword. That was the cliffhanger from the previous episode. Yeah? So that's it. That's all I remember from the previous episode. We're still stuck in this current loop that Subaru finds himself in, where he has to find out who's responsible for having killed him. Well, he knows Rem was one of them, and the other one being this cursed dog that he only just realized that is now hiding out in this forest with the rest of these like demon beasts, these hellhounds. And Rem had gone off to go and save Subaru by trying to hunt down the head honcho, that small little runt, that little pup with the bald spot, that little like patched up stitched spot on its head. All right, that thing ironically is the head honcho controlling the rest of these Giga Chad looking demonic beasts. And you have to go kill that little mutt in order to undo the curse. And yeah, Subaru now has to go and save Rem from getting herself killed for Subaru's sake. So we're gonna see and find out whether how successful that's gonna be. All right, so 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, damn. Oh! Backstory! It's that fucking dude from Slime. The old geezer. This child is a prodigy. So we're literally now gonna watch an anime adaptation of Subaru's light novel, The Blue and the Red Ogre. Hey, prodigy! Hey! Meanwhile, Rem here, living in her older sister's shadow. How it must feel to be so inadequate, living in the shadow of your older sibling. I can relate. I can sympathize. You always feel like you... It's like you don't live for yourself. It's like you don't have your own identity because you're too busy trying to just chase after your older sibling. Moral of the story is, just learn to be yourself, alright? Stop trying to replicate and try to be like a spitting image of your older sibling. Because that's just lame, bro. Alright? Where is your originality? Where's your uniqueness? Oh no, you're having an existential crisis nightmare. Oh, this is so fucking sad. Oh, what? Everyone in their village... Bro, everyone in their village just got piled up in a massive bonfire. They're all burning. What the fuck? The heck's that? There's a blonde maid? I haven't seen her at all in this whole castle. Nani? Oh, this is just so fucking sad. Oh yeah, I was about to say that. Rem now sees herself nothing more than a replacement for Ram. Rem has always been living in Ram's shadow, trying to be like Ram, and then on that particular night, her walking out of that house and getting herself into trouble, and then Ram having to go and protect her. Okay, and then she let her guard down and then got her horn cut off. Rem thinks that it's all her fault. Oh. Oh, really? That's... Oh. She could have actually dragged Subaru with her using the momentum of the sheer force of Subaru sending her off. Ah, the head honcho himself. Hey, opening! Yo! That is sick, bro! Damn! Now that's how you put a fucking opening in an insert. That shot right there was so fucking cool. Oh my god, I got goosebumps. And plus the song is an absolute banger. He's just an oversized version of the rest of them, but he still looks pretty fucking badass. Oh man, this show's so fucking good. Dang. It would be funny if he fucking died it right there. That would be pretty sad. You're gonna have to just bait me like that as well to start things off, to make you think, oh, don't, please tell me he's not dead.
事の顛末を聞きたいかな。俺の呪いは解除されたのか。
ごめんなさい、スバル君。
おいおい、頭上げろよ、レム。体の調子どっこも悪くねえよ。
だからどうしても姉様に届かない。レムは姉様の代替品。
Yeah, that's your problem. Your mindset is all wrong.
どうして姉様の方の角が残らなかったんですか。
Survivorship guilt.
姉様は生まれながらに角を一本しか持っていなかったんですか。
姉様だったらって死ぬほどラムを持ち上げて。
Please, Subaru, talk some sense into her. Huh?
レムのポジションにラムがいても。
Don't you think Ram also is envious of Rem? Huh? Right? Like how Ram just like always talks about how Rem can make friends with the local villagers, but nobody talks to Ram. Right? Rem's too busy, I think we'll talk about this when the episode's over.
多分そんなこと気にしてんのレムの方だけだぜ。あと胸がラムより大きい。
本当の姉様ならもっとうまく。
かもしれなかったな。ありがとう。
レムは姉様の代替品だって知った。
Ah, man, trying so hard not to cry right now. Fucking episode 14 of Code Geass hit me real fucking hard, and then ever since I've been horribly debuffed for the rest of the afternoon. Alright, I'm feeling extra depressed right now. All of this sappy stuff is like doing like ×3 critical strike damage to my Kimochis. It's all about moving forward. Susume! Always looking forward and never looking back. Huh? Gotta keep on fighting. How many of these characters have we just been having these same morals, man? Get beaten into us to death by now. No, I can't. Oh, this scene's fucking killing me. That shot right there just did it. Oh, fucking killing me now, bro. Oh, what? Oh, I thought we were gonna end there with the fucking end credit drop. Oh, fuck.
じゃあ始めようか。一晩構ってあげられなかったからね。
The hell is this?
申し訳ありません。お願いします。
What?
この庭の炎の夜から。
You don't see Ram doing this. Only Rem has been in this sort of situation, right? With Roswald.
なんとしても勝ち抜かないといけない。
それにしても、スバルって怪我の絶えない子よね。
ただ世の中がちょっと俺に厳しめっていうか。
また助けられちゃったわね。
え？おいよ、いいっていいって。俺がやりたくてやっただけの話だし。
スバルはそう言うと思ったけど。
俺とデートしよう。
Go on a date with me.
デート？
Wow, Subaru's gone full circle in this particular loop. It feels like 7 episodes ago he asked Emilia outright to go to that village.
わかった。スバルと。
Please don't die this time. All right? Oh, holy shit. Oh man, this show, I'm so, well, what are we, 11 episodes in, this show, I'm giving it a solid. Right now, it's a solid 9 out of 10, alright? And I've still got 15 episodes left to go, bro. Alright, or 14, yeah, 14, 15. All right, if it keeps getting better from here, it's gonna hit the 9 and maybe even hit the 10. If it can hit the 10, I'm gonna be so fucking impressed. Oh man, I'm so emotionally broken right now. I mean, you can thank Code Geass, all right? Episode 14 of Code Geass for setting it up. Code Geass warmed the bench for me, all right? Was the hype man, all right? Go warm the crowd up for me, and then ReZero comes in for the gut punch, for the main attraction, the main course of tonight's dinner of destroying Lazy's emotions. All right. Oh, that episode was so good. Okay, this is how you do it. All right, Slime. Okay, you go look at the Slime's like flashback photo album memory finish moment right at the end of their second to last episode with that insert song playing and then taking a trip back, looking at all the scenes that happened previously in the whole 24 episodes of season 1 that I couldn't give a flying fuck about. I had literally no emotional attachment to any of the characters. They were just all shallow, all forgettable. They were just all garbage. And then here, you have ReZero. Now it's like, what, the third time, fourth time now they're doing these, like, dreamy looking, like, flashbacking moments of the previous episodes and of, you know, those cherished moments that Subaru has had with the characters that are involved in those flashback scenes when he's having to do that, you know, he's in that life and death situation there. And then you're just self-reflecting on, you know, those previous blissful moments, just to add more like dramatic and soul-destroying, depressing feels, right? Adding more drama and adding more emotion to the scene. Half the time, these flashback scenes only cover like, I don't know, an episode of Subaru's day. All right, it literally covers like a day of Subaru's life, and it means more to me in that like 10 seconds of flashback than it did in the entirety of the whole first season of Slime. All right, why? Because I'm seriously invested in these characters. Okay, the whole world building in this show so far in 11 episodes, and the characters especially in 11 episodes, fucking amazing. All right, and definitely is now starting to really starting to hold my fucking mental health hostage. All right, it's really starting to hurt me real fucking hard right now. Okay, like what Rem said. Okay, so let's try and recap on the stuff that Rem talked about. Okay, so Rem, you know, she was very self-deprecating on herself. Okay, just beating herself up, belittling herself, feeling all of this overwhelming amount of guilt ever since that traumatic event when she was a kid. And how she thought that she was the one responsible for having costed Ram her horn, Ram having to protect her from all of those like weird looking KKK members, those like cultists, people that were burning down the whole fucking demon village. I don't know why they did that. I don't know who they are, but maybe we'll see them later on. But that event, all right, and Ram let her guard down there at that last moment, and then it ended up getting her horn cut off, and she lost all of her powers. All right, and then couple that with the fact that they were born twins and they had to share the two horns between them. Ram could have been the absolute most powerful prodigy demon that had ever walked the earth, but she had to be handicapped and nerfed by sharing half of that power with Rem. And Rem thinks that she's always now having to live in the shadows of Ram and never amounting to anything that's even remotely close to Ram's standards and accomplishments. And then she also just beats herself up wondering, why do I even exist, right? I'm just a spitting image of my sister. I'm like a bargain bin bucket version of my sister. Can't do anything right. Can't do anything like Ram can. Okay, why did I even exist? I only exist just to suffer myself and just to make Ram suffer. Because she could have had a much better life if I didn't exist and she had both of the horns, and she could have been the strongest demon to ever exist. But I'm here holding her back and not even being able to compensate for holding her back by being of any use to anybody. That's basically how I perceived how Ram was basically just beating herself up. She didn't have any like feeling of self-worth. All right, and it was even more evident right there when Subaru had to come rescue her. All right, and you know, Ram wanted to go off to save Subaru, all right, to do things on her own, to almost like try to atone for her previous sins, right, of not being useful to anybody. I think I think it was Rem who said that, right? Was it Rem, or was it Ram, or was it another show? It was I think it was this show, right, of how to be useful to somebody. I think it's this show. It has to be, right? Because I specifically remember another character saying like how I have always depended on you. Have always been the one to save me. Let me save you now for once, or something like that. You know, so Rem all of this time, you know, she constantly is just like not happy with the fact that other people are there having to bail her out, and therefore further adding on to the whole ever growing pile of guilt and self-worthlessness of how that she's not being of any use to anybody else. So now she has to try and prove a point to herself and to everyone else to go out of her way to go and hunt down that head honcho demon dog to go save Subaru, so that she doesn't feel like she's of a burden to anybody else. But ends up, you know, getting herself in trouble. And then Subaru and Ram had to go and rescue her, and then put themselves in harm's way again, which is basically history repeating itself, right? Like what Rem said, oh, it's this same situation again, all right? It's like last time with Ram, all right? Me putting other people at risk and me not being of any use, all right? So that's kind of like how the whole mindset that Rem has had up until now. And then it only took Subaru, right? It only took our main male MC Kung to come along from another world to finally snap her out of this cursed mindset of, oh, you know, you need to stop thinking about life as if you're supposed to be living for somebody else. You're supposed to be walking in somebody else's shadow. Why don't you think about how you are special, Rem? Okay, and then you should just live for yourself. Another very, very, you know, beaten into death, lifelong moral of the story topic. All right, that I've already been taught to now to death, okay, from all the other shows. How to live life for yourself, okay, and not for others, and live life with no regrets and all that shit. I think Fate, I think Shiro, right? Yeah. I think many shows I've seen previously now have already talked about this concept. Okay, just living life with no regrets, okay, following your own ideals to the bitter end. All right, and just never looking back. Susume, Erwin Susume Smith, yet another prime example that I look up to. All right, and as I said in the episode, right, and I touched upon it a little bit, Ram's not always, you know, it's not always everything comes up Ram. Not everything goes Ram's way, right? Because like I think the story of the Blue and the Red Ogre was, I think the story of the Blue and the Red Ogre wasn't so much, now in hindsight, it wasn't so much like foreshadowing and sort of like hinting and spoiling at Rem and Ram's backstory, because the backstory is actually kind of different from what Subaru said. I think that story was more of setup and like exposition and like foreshadowing about the mindsets of Rem and Ram. Okay, so you know, some of the things definitely from Subaru's story do indeed ring true with Rem's mindset. The Blue Ogre is always the one that's like considering herself as a nuisance to the Red Ogre. All right, so that's true. That part's definitely been confirmed. And then the Red Ogre one, I think the Red Ogre in that story was like, they always were not welcomed, right, by the locals, whereas the Blue Ogre was the one that befriended the locals and let the Red Ogre join in, which we saw, right, when Ram was standing there, when Subaru was talking to all of the locals and all of the kids before he set off to go rescue Rem, and Ram was standing there with like a very bitter, remorseful facial expression, right? So I think that was what was that was the message there. That was the symbolism there of Rem, you know, not being the more welcomed and friendly one amongst the two. So no, no, did I say Ram? It's not all sunshines for Ram, okay? It seems like Rem maybe is the more beloved one in the locals, and therefore Ram feels a bit left out, feels a bit shunned to the side. So the two of them, like Subaru says, right, one picks up the other's slack. So it's not like Ram's perfect. Ram's got in some I wouldn't say problems, just some things that Rem has, okay, that Ram lacks, and then Rem has some things that and then Rem has things lacking that Ram has. All right, so the two of them, they have a symbiotic relationship. Okay, they rely on one another. They coexist. That's the word. Coexist for survival. Okay, so yeah. So I'm guessing that's now Rem and Ram's backstory and emotional character stuff flushed out for us. Okay, in this episode. That insert song, where like usually I cringe so hard when insert songs play, all right, in the middle of an episode, because it's so cheesy. Like some of the ones I've seen previously, it's just so cheesily done. This one was masterfully done. One, because the song is so damn good. The song is an absolute fucking banger, and two, it coupled very well with the way the scene was choreographed when that little mutt just grew, and then you see like the towering fucking camera angle of that massive dog just growing larger and larger in front of Subaru. It's like POV in front of Subaru's eyes. That was so fucking cool, man. I love that scene. All right, and the scene obviously that fucking broke me. I wasn't expecting that coming from this episode. This episode wasn't even that sad. I mean, it was pretty sad, but just seeing that Sakuga shot at the end there, I feel like now in hindsight, thinking back on that shot, I feel like that shot is like very symbolic of it's like a major turning point in Subaru's adventure now in this world. All right, that's almost like good end. It's like in a visual novel. That shot right there is the cutscene of good end has been achieved. All right, after all of Subaru's horrible decision makings and all the dead ends that he finally got to, and all of the deaths that he had to suffer, all the pain he had to go through, was all for the sake of that payoff right there. That Sakuga shot right there, that 10-second odd Sakuga scene right there of Rem, okay, looking back at Subaru, all right, and just crying. That shot broke me, man. That suddenly made me fucking cry. Oh, that was so. I wasn't expecting that. Great, congratulations, ReZero. All right, you made me fucking cry. All right, that's already a good sign. Okay, the only other time I've cried was Fate Zero. Well, actually, I've cried a fair few times. Okay, but yeah, you guys get the point. Okay, if it makes me tear up, it's doing a damn good job. All right, so that shot right there, icing on the cake for an already great episode. So I guess Rems now has been saved. Subaru has tamed her. Okay, waifu added to the Pokedex, and now Subaru has managed to get back to where he was last time at the start of this loop. Asked Emilia out on a date, and I guess that's it. We've spent like what? It's been episode 4, was it? We started in Roswald's mansion, and now Subaru has finally stopped himself from dying in this loop. So it's been, what, 7, 8 episodes now of this particular arc of, I guess this is the Rem and Ram arc, right? Yeah. I mean, for the most part, it was Subaru trying to figure out how he died, but also trying to befriend Rem and Ram. And now also learning about their whole history as well. So yeah, I guess this is the Rem and Ram arc, if I were to call it one. So I guess we're moving on to the next arc now, huh? All right. So that's it. That's all of my thoughts. This is already coming up to a 45-minute recording. I got more stuff to do today. All right. So thank you all guys all so much for tuning in to this particular episode of ReZero. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is an absolute 9.5 out of 10, 10 out of 10 episode for me, and it was fucking amazing. All right. I need to have my emotions like calm down a bit. I got more episodes coming up. Please, all right, give me a break. I don't want to suffer any more pain today. I've already watched enough painful fucking episodes from Code Geass and now ReZero. Okay, I need a fucking break. All right. So thank you all so much for watching. All right, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Join the Discord, join the Patreon. All the links you need are given in the video description down below on YouTube. All right, takes a couple of seconds of your time, and for the most part, except Patreon, it's free. So click on the buttons and help me rack up them support, that viewership, those community members. Okay, rack up them numbers on YouTube. I very much appreciate it, guys. All right. Big massive shout out to all of my existing patrons right now supporting me on Patreon. And last but not least, big massive shout outs once again to the Sloth Troopers, Tomato and Eden's Musketeer, and also to the Supreme Sloth supporter, Zozo. Thank you so much, Zozo, okay, for being the top dog supporter of the Too Lazy for Life patron army. You're an absolute freaking legend. And also to the other 2 troopers, all right, for your next extra levels of financial backing and support. You guys are all absolute freaking legends, all right? But that is it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'll see you all next time for episode 12 of ReZero. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. This show is definitely the highlight, I think, of my cycle 8. All right, cycle 8 right now. I think ReZero is easily the king right now of enjoyment. Okay, and I can't wait to see what this series has next in store for me on this adventure. All right, but until then, that is it from me, guys. All right, catch you later.